Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit. We set you up for the day's trade. 30 calls before the markets open on NDTV Profit.
Jubilant Food above a 600 level on Friday.
Wipro can be first trade to buy
all commodities, but in that Vedanta looks good.
Our experts give you the top stock ideas to prepare you for the day.
ICICI Lombard stocks hit the first target. It has given a very good momentum with good volume.
Don't miss the chance to make the right moves. Only on NDTV. Hi, thanks so much for joining in. You're watching Ask Profit on NDTV Profit. My name is Alex Matthew and with me is Mahima Vacharjani. We'll take you through the next 1 hour of trade. At the start, let me wish you a very, very Merry Christmas from all of us here at NDTV Profit and season's greetings to all of you tuning in at home. Hopefully, you have a great midweek holiday and drawing in to the close of the year. Let's take a look at where the markets are right now, and you have a pretty narrow range and not too much to speak of in the way of volumes either, and that's understandable, but we are at the high point of the day for the benchmark Nifty 50, trading with gains of about 0.5% or so, and the broader markets more or less reflecting that, and that was the case at least about 10 minutes back, and that is in fact the case right now as well, up about 0.25% for the Nifty Mid-Cap Index, about 0.6% higher for the small cap index, and just over the last 1.5 hours or so, 1 hour or so, actually just about 1 hour or so, you've seen the gap widening between the advances and the declines. It's only been about 1.5 hours of trade. I'm still used to this show being at 11:30, so you can understand why I feel like the time has blitzed by. It also tends to blitz by at this time of the year, Mahima. Absolutely. You feel like the time is going faster, particularly when you're spending time at home.
Yeah, absolutely, and it should, right? I mean, now, we're looking forward to starting a new year and probably having build our vision boards and making New Year resolutions. It should pass by faster.
New diaries, new calendars,
yes.
New goals for the new year. Yeah, absolutely. Let us know what you think about the new year and what are you planning? Are you setting your New Year's resolutions a little early this year? All of that and more, of course, we can discuss on the show. You can call us, of course, and talk to us on that number that you see on your screen. In fact, we have our first caller. Let me go to them just now. Before that, let me introduce our guests. We've got a couple joining in, Swati Hotkar, who's AVP Technical Research at Nirmal Bang, and we've also got Mr. G. Chokalingam, who's the founder and managing director of Economics. Thank you so much to the both of you as always for taking the time, and season's greetings from all of us here at NDTV Profit to you and your families and your teams. Our first caller today is Raju Reddy calling us from Bengaluru. Hi Raju, good morning to you and season's greetings to you as well. What's your question for us today?
Sir, I am holding Bajaj Housing Finance,
okay.
82,500 shares,
okay.
At the rate of 136. I am planning to hold for long term.
Okay.
So that is my question, sir.
Okay. So, and when did you buy this stock?
Before 1 month back, sir.
Okay. And since you aim to hold for the long term, I want to ask, is this a significant quantity that you have bought? Do you have any other housing finance company?
No, sir, only this, sir.
Okay. And what is it that drew your attention to Bajaj Housing Finance, Raju?
I bought some good, I have already some shares. I sold every shares and I bought only this share, sir.
Oh, so you've sold everything else, all of the other companies that you own? And you own?
Yeah, but I have willpower, so I bought this one, sir.
Okay, so unfortunately, Raju, that's not the best strategy to have, to concentrate all of your holdings in one stock. I will get you a view on this, but let me just go to Mr. Chokalingam to tell you how to construct your portfolio. Mr. Chokalingam, first of all, he's chosen Bajaj Housing Finance. Nothing to say about the selection of the company. It's a good company with a proven track record. A lot of people have talked about the trajectory, but It's the only stock that he holds. He's holding 82,500 shares. That's not the right approach, right?
It depends on the investor profile. If he has a lot of real estate assets, he has already made a huge wealth. There is nothing wrong, but it should not be a wrong stock. We saw some stock getting suspended, so one should not put in such inferior stock. In quality stock, one can do.
No, let me clarify, sir. This is Bajaj Housing Finance that we're talking about.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm giving you a strategy that nothing wrong in putting everything in one stock also, provided there are two conditions fulfilled. One, he has a lot of wealth already made. So even if this one stock falls 50% and takes 5 years to recover, he should not have any stress at all. If that is the case, he can put it in one stock. And secondly, that stock should be a quality stock in terms of fundamental management quality, balance sheet quality, leveraging everything, business model. It should not be a perception driven or speculative stock. So if he is able to fulfill these two conditions, nothing wrong. But generally, people who do not have enormous wealth already, they should not follow single stock. Ideally speaking, 8 to 20 stocks depending upon the risk profile. Very conservative investors can go maximum 20 stocks. Beyond that, I do not suggest anybody to build a portfolio, because even if you buy a multi-bagger, you have 100 stocks. So you have 1% allocation. Even if the stock becomes 5-bagger, you won't make much wealth. So ideally speaking, 8 to 20 stocks, quality stock, one should have.
Let me follow up that then and ask, what is the outlook according to you on Bajaj Housing? He's already holding at elevated levels, not elevated levels, but 10 rupees more, and he's already incurring a loss of 8 lakhs. So it's quite a considerable amount because of this concentration. To avoid that concentration risk, if you were to say that he sells some of these shares and buys 7 more companies, which would they be?
I just want to add one more point, that a lot of retail investors make one mistake. They get confused between good stock and good valuation. It's a good stock, a great company, great management, no doubt. Is it a good valuation? It's trading around little more than 7 times price to book value, when the whole financial sector is going through, including banks, a slowdown in growth. So therefore, this point also one should keep in mind, whether it is a good company and also good valuation. Coming to this, I ideally would suggest stocks like Reliance Industry, HDFC Bank, Coal India, Indigo on the large cap space. But in small and mid cap space, I would suggest Taj GVK, Bank of Maharashtra, NISCO, then MRF, then Karnataka Bank. So FDC Limited. So these are some of the stocks we have a research coverage. The investors are based on their risk profile and investment philosophy. They can choose these stocks to invest in the equities.
Thank you for that perspective, Mr. Chokalinga. Moving on to the next query. Santosh from Hyderabad has bought 100 shares of Crompton Greaves at 418 a few weeks back, and he wants to know whether he should keep holding it or sell it, and he's looking for a short-term perspective, that is 6 months from now. Swati, I'll come to you on this one. 6 months on the chart, how does Crompton look?
As of now, the Crompton overall the uptrend is remaining intact. We are witnessing some W-shaped pattern on the daily charts. I believe that the stock is consolidating within the range of 400 to 385. Any move above 400 level on the closing basis will see some extension of this bounce back rally towards to 420 will be the initial target. Beyond that, 440 levels can be seen. So your outlook is definitely positive. You can hold on if you want to keep any stop losses. 380 is acting as a crucial support level. So by maintaining that stop loss, you can hold on. For a 6-month targets will be a 460 to 480 levels on the high side.
Got it. We've got our next caller, Kumar from Bengaluru, is calling us. Kumar, morning. I believe you want to know about Coffee Day Enterprises?
Yes. My name is Kumar. I'm calling from Bangalore. I am holding 500 shares of Cave Coffee Day. At the price of 66 rupees, I bought it. So whether should I hold or exit? Could you please tell us on this one?
What is the time horizon that you have?
I can stay up to 1 year also. I can able to hold this one.
Can you confirm the name of the stock, please?
Cave Coffee Day.
Okay, can you spell that for me, please?
CAFECOFFEDAY.
Okay, so
Cafe Coffee Day.
Cafe Coffee. Okay, fine. All right. So
Yes, yes.
basically, the stock price currently is 23 rupees, right? 23.82 or thereabouts, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just confirming. All right.
This is, I think, suspended for
Yeah,
trading, if I'm
which is
not
why.
wrong. Yeah.
Which is
is
why I
why.
was asking.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Kumar, this is a stock that is not actively traded right now. And in fact, let me go across to Mr. Choklingam to try and get you a sense as to how you can proceed with this. Quite a few stocks, unfortunately, Mr. Choklingam, that individuals get into, which either get into NCLT proceedings or otherwise, and as a result of which you don't have active trade. What do they do in this situation?
Yeah, you should take it as a lesson, good lesson. That's what one has to do. Even we started our investment journey in 90s in this way, same way. So yes, it has got a good amount of rich assets, no doubt about it. The only thing is it's quite struggling with its balance sheet. He can hold. He can hold. I would not give buy at this price also. He can hold and go for some takeover or some restructuring, and therefore he can try to minimize the loss.
Right. The next query is from Natasha. She's asking about Wari Renewables. She's bought 2323 shares. No, 427 shares. Bought it at 2323 a piece. Let's pull up the stock and see what it's trading at currently. Where she's sitting on a significant loss because the stock is currently trading at 1294. And she wants to know as to what will be the outlook for this particular counter going forward. Mr. Chokalingam, I'll stick with you for this counter. Your outlook on Wari Renewable?
Wari Group has done extremely well. The way they built the business, really amazing. The only concern is on the valuation. The other concern is, the entire space is getting crowded. Even the leaders like, Adani Group, Reliance Group, they are also focusing. So, which would mean obviously a lot of pressure for, the other players in the industry. And if you look at the valuation also, it is enormously priced. So I would not give a buy call on the stock based on the valuation multiple. In case it recovers even 5-10%, one can sell and minimize the loss.
All right, sell and minimize the loss is the call on Wari Renewables. Moving on, we have our next caller, Shweta from Hyderabad is calling us. Shweta, thanks for calling in. How can we help you?
Hi, Mahima. Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning, Alex.
Good morning.
Actually, I want to wish you both a Merry Christmas and very Happy New Year.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Shweta.
so
very,
much.
Very sweet of you.
Merry Christmas to you too and your family.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Tell us.
My question is regarding Dixon Technologies.
Right. Okay.
I got it at 15,380 and I had 12 shares.
Okay.
So I want to know whether I should book some profits or should I hold it for 6 months to 1 year, I believe.
Okay. You said you bought it at 10,380, right?
No,
15,380. Okay. And what was the idea behind buying Dixon Tech and how long do you intend to hold this?
I am okay to hold it for 1 year.
Okay.
And this one is in EMS sector and the semiconductor sector. Dixon is, I think, almost like a market leader.
Right. Okay.
And
Got it. Swati, I'll come to you on this one. 1 year, how does Dixon look on charts?
The overall view is definitely positive. The uptrend is remaining intact. The counter is trading in an upward rising channel. So all the technical setup is positive on the daily chart. The weekly point is only the concern that we are witnessing from the last few weeks as such the stock is showing a negative divergence. So we are likely to witness some sort of a profit booking in the near term. Since the buying price is nearby the levels, I will suggest to book your profits at the current market price. If you're getting any dips back towards to 15,500 level, you can re-enter this particular counter since the market will remain volatile in the coming few trading sessions. So it's better to keep your profits in your pockets, or else you can at least maintain the strict trailing stop loss of 17,600 and wait for on a higher degree towards stock escalate towards to 19,200 to 19,400. But my personal view will be to book the profits on every rise as such.
Okay. Book the profits on every rise is the view on Dixon Tech. Incidentally, earlier today we did get a question on Vedanta, which is why I wanted to do a small special segment on this show, just to give you some perspective in case you were interested in it. This is a stock that is trading down about 3% because it's trading ex-dividend today, and we decided to do a deep dive on it. We've got Mika joining to tell you about the key perspective as to why it is declining, what the factors are that are playing out in the stock price right now. Mika?
Thank you for that, Alex. So yes, the stock is trading downwards. It's under pressure the past week, but Vedanta actually made a tweak to its demerger plan, which could be the next trigger for shareholders. Now they've planned to retain their base metals company within Vedanta Limited, and as the company aims that this scheme will be more favorable for unlocking value for shareholders, and the demerger plan will also help in more an optimal debt allocation. So now the entity will split to 5 separate listed entities versus 6 before. Now the resultant entities will be the following. One will be Vedanta Limited, which will have Hindustan Zinc, Zinc International, and the copper business at Tuticorin. The second one will be Vedanta Aluminium, which will include the Balco smelters, the alumina refinery, as well as the bauxite mine and some captive coal mines and power plants. Then we have Vedanta Iron and Steel, which will include the company, Vedanta Oil and Gas, which will include the cane oil and gas business. And then we have Vedanta Iron and Steel, which will include the company's iron ore mines in Goa, Karnataka, Liberia, as well as the ESL steel plant. And lastly, it will be Vedanta Power, which will hold the company's merchant power plants, which are owned by the company itself. In terms of how big will Vedanta demerged companies be? Well, Vedanta Limited could have an estimated market cap of 1.02 lakh crores. Then we have Vedanta Aluminium, which could be the highest estimated market cap at 1.1 lakh crores. Vedanta Oil and Gas could have a market cap of around 31,000 crores as per MK, while Iron and Steel could be at 19,200 crores, and Vedanta Power the lowest at 8,700 crores. It's key to know that Vedanta currently has a market cap of 1.8 lakh crores, and when you aggregate all of this, it goes to 2.7 lakh crores. In terms of benefits, the growth potentials, well, Vedanta is estimated to have a EBITDA CAGR of 16.5% over FY24 to FY27. The aluminium business could have a 25.5% CAGR over the same period. Oil and gas, MK expects this business to generate an EBITDA of over 7,400 crores in FY26, and that for iron and steel, a 3,900 crore EBITDA in FY26. And lastly, Vedanta Power could benefit from strong power demand coming in the next few years, and also solid investor interest. Lastly, benefits for shareholders. Well, investors will get exposure to 5 pure play companies, and they can make their decisions based on the specific commodities rather than having exposure to many commodities, and this leaves the newly formed companies to have a strong case for re-rating. At current valuation, investors are also paying for Vedanta and Vedanta Aluminium alone, so they are getting the rest of the 3 entities largely at no cost as per MK Research. The demerger process is expected to be completed by January of 2025, and shareholders will get 1 share of each of the new companies for every 1 share held for current Vedanta, so an implied potential upside of around 45% for shareholders as per MK just by this demerger.
Got it. All right. Thanks so much, Mika, for breaking that down for us. This presents a perfect opportunity, Mr. Chokalingam, to get your view on Vedanta. Of course, quite a lot happening in the stock, as Mika just pointing out. What would you suggest that existing investors in Vedanta do, and should prospective investors consider buying at this current price?
I prefer Hindalco or even Hindustan Zinc from the same group, because I find it difficult to understand this frequent restructuring. Long ago, Cane India was demerged with a similar reason, but again, it was consolidated. Now it is getting demerged, so I am not able to understand this frequent restructuring. I would prefer Hindustan Zinc, which has got a clean, outlook and balance sheet, or Hindalco in the metal space.
Right, so Hindalco is the preferred pick for Mr. Chokalingam from the entire space. Swati, your quick take on Vedanta with respect to charts?
My view is a little bit cautious on this particular rally. In the month of November, we have seen a very strong rally from 430 to 520. Now we are witnessing the stock has already retraced almost 80% of its rally. I believe we like to see some more fall towards at least 430 to 440 levels. So at the current level, my view is cautious. One should not go for a long positions at the current market price. One can review if the stock touches the feet of a 430 to 440 levels. At that point of time, if we are getting any kind of a reversal sense, then we can think about it, but not at the current market price.
That's the view coming in on Vedanta with respect to charts. Moving on to the next query, Manoj Panda from Rourkela has a query on Bharat Dynamics Limited. He's bought 400 shares at 1600 a piece and he wants to know whether he should keep holding it or sell at current levels. I believe that he's bought it at elevated levels and he's sitting on a loss of around 1.5 lakh rupees. Swati, what should he do? What should be his next course of action?
I think the counter is really good if you are looking for a longer term horizon, say for a 1 or 2 years. Definitely, this counter looks positive on the technical charts. No wonder for a short term period, the view is cautious. We might witness some sort of a more correction up to the stock might take a support up to levels 1100 and so. Since the client has already bought at elevated levels, I will suggest to hold on this particular position. No hurry to book the losses at the current market price. Let the stock settle down at downside at the support levels of 1100 and so you can try to average it out on a level so the buying price will come down. More positive momentums can be seen if the stock gives the breakout of 1250 levels on the closing basis. Any move above that level will witness some sort of a more positive trend in this particular counter which might take a stock to 1400 1450 levels. So the view is positive on the longer term horizon. No need to book your losses at the current market price.
All right, so that's the view on Bharat Dynamics. Don't need to book your losses at this current juncture. That's the view coming in. Let's go to the next caller. We've got Narasimha joining us from Hyderabad. Morning, Narasimha, and season's greetings to you. How can we help you?
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much. Wish you the same.
Happy New Year. Yeah. Alex, I have Raj Industries.
Okay.
Okay, I've been holding this for last 4 years.
Okay.
And quantity is 3440. Price is 497.
Okay.
I want to understand the fundamentals of this company and can I hold it for long term, 5 to 10 years?
Okay, so it's already practically been a doubler for you, not entirely, but very close to that. What was the thinking? So you've accumulated this over a period of time. Over what period did you accumulate this, Narasimha?
4 years.
4 years. And I'm guessing this was on account of the ethanol story that you started buying?
Correct.
Okay.
Because that's something, that will hedge us against, geopolitical issues, right?
Yes.
To a certain extent.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you're looking at the fundamental growth prospects. You don't have any rush to sell the stock, right?
No, I don't have any rush. I just want to understand, can it be a long-term stock, 5 to 10 years period?
5 to 10 years. Okay. So, Mr. Choklingam, pretty well-documented story, this. Praj Industries, people have bought into it for the ethanol play. That's what Narasimha has done as well. His average holding price is 497, significant holding 3,440 shares. Should he hold on? Should he add more? What are the prospects on the fundamentals?
It's a great company, great management, fabulous achievement over the years. But, it's also indirect play on oil prices. There is a view that, it's also my view that oil price is likely to crash in 2025. It's already down 20% from 52-week high. So all this ethanol story and all might get a little setback in 25. And if you look at the valuation also, it is enormously priced in. So I would give a sell call based on my research if it moves close to 1,000 rupees.
Okay.
All right. With that, it's time to slip into a short break. But viewers and guests, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to answer all your queries on the other side.
We set you up for the day's trade. 30 calls before the markets open on NDTV Profit.
Jubilant Food above a 600 level on Friday.
Wipro can be first trade to buy
all commodities, but in that Vedanta looks good.
Our experts give you the top stock ideas to prepare you for the day.
ICICI Lombard stocks hit the first target. It has given a very good momentum with good volume.
Don't miss the chance to make the right moves. Only on NDTV Profit, where winners are made before the bell rings.
When the whole day passes like a blur, the news just whizzes past. and you're trying to stay informed. It is our job to bring you news that truly matters. At Profit 360, we cut through the clutter, the Wall Street deals, finance and policy news that could shape your tomorrow. The newsmakers, the trendsetters, and the innovators. In 30 minutes, we've got you covered. So stay ahead, stay informed, and stay profitable with Profit 360.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
When the whole day passes like a blur, the news just whizzes past, and you're trying to stay informed. It is our job to bring you news that truly matters. At Profit 360, we cut through the clutter, the Wall Street deals, finance and policy news that could shape your tomorrow. The newsmakers, the trendsetters, and the innovators. In 30 minutes, we've got you covered. So stay ahead, stay informed, and stay profitable with Profit 360.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
When the whole day passes like a blur, the news just whizzes past, and you're trying to stay informed. It is our job to bring you news that truly matters. At Profit 360, we cut through the clutter, the Wall Street deals, finance and policy news that could shape your tomorrow. The newsmakers, the trendsetters, and the innovators. In 30 minutes, we've got you covered. So stay ahead, stay informed, and stay profitable with Profit 360.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit. We set you up for the day's trade. 30 calls before the markets open on NDTV Profit.
Jubilant Food above a 600 level on Friday.
Wipro can be first trade to buy
all commodities, but in that Vedanta looks good.
Our experts give you the top stock ideas to prepare you for the day.
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit, a show where we answer all your stock related queries, whether they're fundamental or technical. For viewers who are just tuning in, you can ask all your stock related queries on the number that is flashing on your screen. You can either call us or WhatsApp us. We have our next caller, Alex from Cochin, is calling in. Alex, thanks for calling in. Merry Christmas. How can we help you?
Merry Christmas to NDTV team.
Thank you so much.
I want to talk about Hindu Upper actually.
Okay.
I had taken this share almost 6 months back.
Okay.
I have a positive outlook on this one because copper is needed everywhere, right? From semiconductor, power generation, electrification, everywhere copper is needed.
Right.
But depending on the situation, this one, the earnings are not up to level 4 Hindu Upper. I want a short-term outlook, means upcoming barriers, resistances on this Hindu Upper, and how where it is heading in short term.
All right, short term, but you want to know as to how copper prices will pan out, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Mr. Chokalingam, I'll come to you on this one. Your view on Hindustan Copper as well as copper prices, if you have any view on this.
Yeah. First on the fundamentals, it is trading close to 70 PE. Normally, metal stocks do not trade even in double digit, but it's a bull market. So therefore, many metal companies trade at even 12 to 15 PE or even up to 20. But justifying 70 PE is very difficult. Even if company goes for 100% profit growth, then PE will swing to 35. Again, another 100% on that base also PE will be about 18. So I doubt whether this company can grow its profit by 100% for 2 years in a row. So therefore, there is no valuation justification at all. But again, if he's a speculative investor, he can hold on because the floating stock is very low. So there is a high degree of correlation between low retail, float, and the valuation multiple, particularly for small and mid cap stocks. So therefore, if he's a speculative investor, he can hold. But if he's going to follow strictly the fundamentals, it is a good sell. As far as copper is concerned, yes, outlook is not that bad. It's quite good only, no doubt about it. Long-term outlook looks good for copper because despite of so many problems, the metal prices remain intact, including copper and aluminum in the global markets.
All right. I hope that answers your question, Alex, in compliments of the season. Let's talk about Reliance Industries. Mr. Chokalingam has already listed that as one of the stocks that he likes on the fundamentals in the large cap space. So I'm going to take the question from Satyajit from Bengaluru to on the technicals to Swati. Swati, on the levels that you're watching out for, what he's pointing out is that he's bought at levels of 1311. And every time it reaches this level, there seems to be a little bit of a decline from those levels. So it's forming a little bit of a resistance. Is that the right level that you're also looking at? And what are the key levels to watch for Reliance Industries in the short term?
Yes, Alex, you rightly pointed out that 1320, 1330 is acting as a very strong resistance levels because if you look towards the Bollinger Band study, the upper band is acting as a very strong resistance. Now, if you look on a larger degree, say the weekly or the monthly charts, the stock has already given a very good kind of a retracement from 1540 to 1200 levels. Now, positive divergence has been witnessed from the oversold zone, which gives the indication that we are likely to witness some reversal in this particular counter from the lower level. So downfall is limited now at the current market price. I believe 1200 will act as a very crucial support level. So as long as it's hold that level, this bounce back rally can be seen in the near term, which might take a counter to us. So 1330 will be the first targets. And if it's break that level, then definitely it will come out from the downwards channels towards, and there will be a reversal of a trend, which might take a counter to us to 1440 to 1450. So if you're looking for a longer term horizon, at least minimum for a short term, you can say 6 to 8 months, then definitely you should hold on. I am looking for a target of 1540 to 1600 on the higher side. So one should definitely hold this particular counter.
Okay. We've got the next caller, Gausik, I believe, is calling us from Tamil Nadu. Have I got your name right, Gausik?
Yes, sir. I'm Kaushik from Tamil Nadu.
Hi, Kaushik.
I've been holding... Hi, sir. My query is that I've been holding Ugro Capital at the price of 280.
Okay.
I bought 2,000 quantity. I've been holding for last almost 6 months. But the price is in the same range for the long time. So I want to know, can I hold this share for long term, or should I book the losses and buy some other share?
Okay, that's a what is the time horizon that you have? What is the time that you're comfortable holding the stock?
I can hold it for a long term, maybe or 5 years also.
Okay.
I don't know how will it perform.
Okay, so you bought at 280 levels. What was the thinking when you bought the stock, Kaushik?
So I just saw that a management review and all. So they told something they'll be doubling the AUM for every year. So that was one thing, and so expecting some big return from this.
Understood. If I'm not mistaken, we had Ugro Capital on KYC, didn't we?
I believe yes, we did.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to encourage you, Kaushik, to take a look at that program as well. Know Your Company is a program that we have, by the way, at 11:30 every day, and we take some of these companies. So it's possible that you also heard the management on that program. In case you want to look at that, you should go onto the YouTube channel and search for KYC. In the meanwhile, on the fundamentals, let me go to Mr. Chokalingam. Bought at levels of 280, so slightly elevated levels, Mr. Chokalingam. Ugro Capital, what are the prospects?
Yeah, just looking at it, it roughly trades around a one-time book value without adjusting for NPA. I think it is a reasonable valuation, so you can hold on to the stock for medium to long term.
All right, so that's the view coming in on Ugro Capital. We have our next query from Krishna Kumar, who's from Chennai. He has 700 shares bought at the levels of 850 of SBI. Yeah, SBI. SBI is the counter that he's looking to have a view on, and he's a long-term shareholder, is what he's saying. I'll stick with you, Mr. Chokalingam. Your view on SBI as a counter?
Yeah, no doubt. It's fundamentally very sound. After correcting nearly 100 rupees, it looks very attractive. And also, in the last 1 month, the CEO's media interview also gives a lot of confidence. And it's a good stock to hold. If it declines below 800, fundamentally it becomes more attractive. Otherwise, even now, it's a good buy for the medium to long term.
We have our next caller, Swarna from Hyderabad is calling in. Swarna, thanks for calling in. How can we help you?
Hello, hi. Thanks for taking my call. I have a question on NMDC. I bought it at around 234. I started my investment only in November, so I'm in a learning stage right now.
Okay.
So I was trying to understand, the intention of my taking this stock is. I wanted to take a bet on PUC companies. Coal India I have and NMDC I took.
Okay.
So on NMDC. I heard there is a tax that is going to be imposed by Karnataka government.
Right.
So I was trying to understand. Since then it is falling. I could see that, but I wanted to understand: is it okay to hold this stock? I am looking for a 1 year horizon.
All right, 1 year horizon. And congratulations for starting your investment journey, Swarna. And you've done your research very well, I must say. Mr. Chokalingam, I'll have to again come to you for this query. Your view on NMDC?
One can hold on to it, but after, as she rightly pointed out, the recent development in Karnataka, my only fear is that most state governments are struggling for financing their welfare expenditures, and liquor business has been a major source. So after the recent regulatory developments, I'm worried whether the mines also would become like a cash cow, like liquor business for many state governments, which means there may be a periodic increase in the royalty on minerals mined in respective states. That possibility is there because most states are under stress for meeting the expenditures. So therefore, I would not give buy recommendation. Maybe those who already bought can hold on to stock for medium to long term. In fact, I would like to avoid most of these kind of mineral stocks in the short to medium term.
All right. So got the view. It's mostly an avoid from the perspective of the fundamentals. Shilu's got a question. She's writing in from Chennai. She's asking about NLC India, which she's bought at levels of 280. The stock is up about 3% in trade today, but much below her buy price at 242 or thereabouts. She's seeking a 3-month fundamental view, which is very difficult to get you, Shilu. So let me go across to Swati on the technicals for a 3-month period. What are the charts looking like for this stock, Swati?
Yeah, Alex, the overall view is little bit sideways. As of now, we are witnessing very sideways momentum. Stock got stuck within the range of a 250 to 220 levels. Unless until counter doesn't give a breakout on the either side, the direction is little bit unclear as of now on the technical front. The interesting fact that it is trading below the 20 days important moving average and continuously trading in the pattern of the low top, slow bottom, which gives a cautious sign at current market price. Downside, it has the nearby support at around 225 levels. If it's break down that level, then selling pressure will get intensified and which might take a counter towards to 200 and so levels. I will suggest if you're getting any pullback rally or bounce back rally towards to 270 to 280, try to exit the long position. For a longer term horizon, this counter doesn't look that much interesting on the technical front. So it's a sell on rise strategy should be applied in this particular stock.
Okay. Oracle Financial Services, sell on rally by the way on NLC India, but Oracle Financial Services, this is a question from a very long-term viewer of Ask Profit, even in the earlier avatars of this show. Sagar is writing in. I've told him in the past that he doesn't really need our advice. I think he's just looking for validation. Oracle Financial Services is the name of the counter that he's bought, and he's got current holding of 22,200 shares. Bought at levels of 3,200. The stock is currently trading at 12,380. So it's a bit of a detailed question, Mr. Chokalingam, for you. What he's asking is basically Oracle has missed their estimates in the US market and also tempered their growth guidance. Do you see that spillover effect coming through for Oracle Financial Services as the primary business is in the US market? And what's the future of cloud infrastructure and AI in India as you see it? Would you hold on to Oracle Financial Services?
You should not worry about what's happening in the US. If my memory is right, the cloud business is part of the privately held company. This Oracle, which was taken over from Indian promoter, is focused more on the IT products for the banking industry. So therefore, one should not worry too much about the US business. Yes, Oracle Finance is a great company, but it has already played out. It has already tripled in the last 2-3 years, and it also trades close to around 50 PE. So I would give a sell call based on the valuation multiple if it starts moving up even 3 to 5% from the current level.
Okay. Just a follow-up, hyperscale computing, which is something that is used, essentially it's large-scale cloud computing and big data processing. This obviously is part of the overarching shift in technology that you're seeing. But Mr. Chokalingam, any companies available in India that are either in this space or in an allied space that could benefit from that expansion?
No, I haven't come across it.
Okay. Okay, let's go to the next.
All right, we have our next caller. Surya from Bengaluru is calling us. Surya, thanks for calling in. How can we help you?
Yeah, hi, thanks for taking my question. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
So my question is on GSPL, Gujarat State Petronet.
Right.
I'm holding 200 shares of it.
Right.
And would like to know its prospect of post-merger and demerger with Gujarat Gas Limited.
Got it. Got it. So you're a long-term shareholder. When did you buy this and what was the idea behind buying GSPL?
Yes, actually I'm trying to bet on the gas sector as a whole. I'm also holding GAIL and I have added this stock past 6 months back.
Okay. All right. Mr. Chokalingam, your view on Gujarat State Petronet?
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand the regulatory aspect of this company's business. So I won't be in a position to give a view on the stock.
All right. Swati, then how does GSPL look on charts right now?
GSPL definitely stocks looks very positive on the technical front on a larger degree as such. For a short-term view as such, I will suggest the stock might witness some sort of a selling pressure which might take a counter to 340 odd levels. But since their buying price is at the lower level, I will suggest to hold on your long positions, keeping a strict stop loss of a 330 on a downside. I'm looking if you're getting any breakouts of 400 and so levels. Upside major positive momentums can be seen up to 470 to 500 levels. So for longer term horizon, definitely it should be a hold from my end.
All right, so it's a hold on GSPL based on the charts, but a caution from the perspective of Mr. Chokalingam. He's not really very familiar with the fundamentals as things stand because of the regulatory action. Let's talk about Asian Paints. It's given up quite a bit of ground this year, 33% at last count. I'm not sure what it is at right now. Let's pull up the year-to-date chart. We've got Purushottaman, who is bought at levels of 3,125. So that's elevated levels. The loss is as much as 8,300 right now for him. On the technicals, would you buy at this juncture or would you exit? What's the view, Swati?
Alex, at the current level, I will not suggest to exit the long positions because already we have seen a very sharp correction from 33 onwards to 2200 levels. Now the counter has entered into the oversold zone. So over a period of time, we are likely to witness a low selling pressure in this particular stock. No wonder you can try to average it out on every dips towards to 2100 and so level. Up to that level, we might witness some sort of a correction. But if you're looking for a longer term horizon or a fresh long position, this is the very good levels if we compare compared to the risk reward ratio. Upside, yes, bounce back rally can be witnessed if the stock manages to give the breakout of 2340 levels on the closing basis. Any move above that level will see the extension of a bounce back rally towards to 2600 will be the first target, and beyond that level 2800 levels can be seen. So Asian Paint is the one counter which cannot be booked the losses at the current market price. Otherwise, one should go for a fresh long positions at the current market price.
All right, so that's the technical view and comprehensive technical view at that on Asian Paints. We've got Ramesh who's calling us from Bengaluru and asking about the winner in terms of the top gainers on the Nifty 50 in 2024. Let's, if you didn't know, well, it is Tata Motors. Ramesh, hi, thanks so much for calling us. What would you like to know?
Yeah, good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
I bought this Tata Motors shares during the month of August. 435 number.
Right.
Okay, at 1068.
Yes.
Okay, just want to know whether I should hold it or to sell it off.
Ramesh, can you help me understand what was the thinking when you bought it? Did you think that you would hold it only for a short term, or did you buy it based on the fundamentals?
No, I thought it is for a short term.
Short term, okay. So it just goes to show how things can turn very quickly, Ramesh, because Tata Motors, as I mentioned, was the top Nifty gainer in 2024. It is down about 6% or so year to date, and pretty much likely going to end in the red for 2023. It was the top gainer. Apologies, I'm already moved to 2025. Yeah. But 2023 it was a top gainer on the Nifty 50, but 2024 it is likely to end in the red. I will take your question to Swati. Swati, 1068 slightly elevated levels once again for Tata Motors. Would you hold at these levels though?
Yes, Alex, I will suggest to hold on this particular counter because in the last 3 months itself, in the one quarter, we have seen a downfall of almost 23%. Now the stock is showing a positive divergence from the oversold zone. So I believe we are likely to witness some reversal over a period of time. The reversal will be slowly and steadily, but definitely more sell-off cannot be seen from the current market price. I believe, yes, again, the stock will enter into the 1000 levels in a period of 3 to 6 months. So definitely you can hold on. Try to average it out on every deep steward so that your buying price will come down. So my suggestion will be to hold on. If you're getting any pullback rally up to 900 to 1000 levels, you can book your profits.
We have a next query. Siraj from Chennai is asking, he said that he already heard the outlook on Reliance, but he wants to know whether he should sell Reliance in his portfolio and buy Mankind Pharma. Mr. Chokalingam, do you think that's the right thing to do right now?
Maybe in the short term, it is possible for Mankind Pharma to outperform Reliance. But if he's willing to wait for more than a year, definitely Reliance should outperform Mankind Pharma. That's my firm view.
All right, and it's quite a nice chart there you see on the screen. There's a pretty big divergence between the two of them, and that ultimately is one of the major reasons for the decline that you've seen over the last month and a half to 2 months on the Nifty 50 as well. We've got a caller. Why don't you take it?
Yeah. Chandan Jain is calling in from Karnataka. Chandan, thanks for calling in. कैसे help करें आपकी?
हाँ, एम्बर एंटरप्राइजेस का पूछना था मेरे को.
जी, बताइए क्या जानना है?
50 shares at 3,500 purchase है. Whether to hold or book profit.
अच्छा, ये आपने शॉर्टर टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव से लिया है या लॉन्ग टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव से?
लॉन्ग टर्म, माय टारगेट इज 10,000 एक्चुअली.
ठीक है, और आपने रिसर्च किया था इसके बारे में ऑलरेडी?
हाँ, किया था, मैंने रिसर्च किया था.
ठीक है, ओके. मिस्टर चोकलिंगम, योर व्यू ऑन एम्बर एंटरप्राइजेस, डू यू थिंक it's a counter you'll have in your portfolio?
I do not have a valuation comfort on the stock. I would rather give sell call based on the fundamentals.
All right. Swati, your view on the charts with respect to Amber Enterprises?
Yes, my view is definitely positive, and first like to congratulate Mr. Chandan. He has bought at a very attractive levels and have some patience. He has kept the patience to carry on the long positions. Definitely 10,000 levels can be seen very soon in this particular stock, because from the last 2 trading sessions we are witnessing a price breakout with a very decent volumes, and over a period of time first target will be 8,000 levels. Any more about that level will see your targets as well, 10,000 levels. I will suggest to hold on if possible. will try to keep the profit stop loss of 6,200 levels on the downside. If it's break that level, then we're likely to attract some sort of a profit bookings after such kind of a huge rally. So I will suggest to hold on your long positions for your targets, but definitely you should keep the stop loss, profit stop loss of 6,200 on the downside and carry the long.
All right, so that's the view on Amber Enterprise. We've got one more caller that we can fit in. Ravi from Hyderabad is calling. Ravi, good morning to you, and how can we help you?
Good morning to you and good morning to the panel. My query is on Titagar Rail Systems for a long-term investment. Now that private capex will increase from next quarter or so, right now I think it's 1,200 or something. Can we buy this at this current rate for a long-term perspective?
How do you...
Considering that Bangalore Yellow Line Metro will start, I think, in Jan or Feb, and after that, Titagar will start delivering the wagons, etc.
Yeah.
And the budget in Feb.
Okay, so how do you define that long-term time frame, Ravi?
1 year.
Okay. Okay, so 1 year is the absolute short end of that long term. So I'm hoping that Mr. Chokalingam can give you a view that short. Would you buy Titagar Rail at the current level? Of course, I know that 3 months back, Mr. Chokalingam, you did not have valuation comfort on this one or any of the other rail stocks. There's been a little bit of a drop from that point. So would you buy right now?
Maybe, yeah, after this correction. But I would be very confident, if the stock corrects at least another 10%. It's a great company, good business model, but still the valuations are stretched at over 50 PE. So therefore, if 10% correction is there, then I would be very confident.
Okay. All right. On that note, it is time to hit the rapid fire segment. We've got 2 minutes where we throw questions at our experts and hope that they can take as many questions as possible. Let me start with Larsen and Toubro. Madhusmita from Bengaluru is asking. She's bought at levels of 3,737 and she's wondering whether to buy more at the current juncture. Swati, on the charts, would you suggest that that is a good idea?
I will suggest to hold on at the current market price, but definitely you can take a buy position on every dips towards to 34.50 levels. At that level, you can definitely average it out, but I am not at the current market price.
All right, e-clerks is the next counter, and Satya wants to know whether this is the correct level to enter into e-clerks. Swati, your view on the charts?
I will suggest to not to take a buy position at the current market price because the counter has given the breakdown of the short-term moving average. Downfall, it might continue towards 3,300 and so levels. At that point of level, we can think about it, but not at the current market price.
Okay, coming back to you on Religare. We've got Ishant who's looking for a short-term view, which he's defined as the next 4 to 5 months. He's bought at levels of 304. Should he hold on?
Yes, definitely he can hold on the Religare particular counter because the stock is under the formation of a flag pattern and the breakout comes at around 320. If it's give the breakout of that level, 350, 370 levels can be seen. So one can hold on by keeping a strict stop loss of a 290 for a target of 370.
SJVN is the next counter. Sujata from Bangalore, who is holding 200 shares, bought it at 115 levels. Mr. Chokalingam, should she keep holding this counter?
Yeah, I mean, tactically, some upside is possible because retail float is low and also business model is good.
Okay, Sunil's giving his best regards to Mr. Chokalingam and asking about Barmer Lorry, which he's holding at 270 rupees. Should he buy more or book loss? Mr. Chokalingam.
I would not book losses. I think it's a great opportunity to buy.
Okay.
And personally also we have invested in this stock.
Okay.
All right, IndusInd Bank is the counter, 968 is the quantity and 103 is the buy price. Paul wants to know whether he should keep holding it or not. Swati, your view on the charts quickly?
Yes, counter is trading in the oversold zone, so one should definitely hold on this particular counter. No wonder for a longer term horizon, I'm looking for a target of 1100 and 1200 levels, so one should hold the long position.
Okay, fantastic. And that brings us to the end of this edition of Ask Profit. To Mr. Chokalingam and Swati, thanks so much for taking the time, for answering all the questions you did. Best compliments heading into the Christmas season. All right, and that, as I said, brings us to the end of this edition of Ask Profit. Thanks so much for watching. We did try and take as many questions as possible, but of course, time constraints, and you know what that means. We couldn't answer all of your questions. Hopefully, the questions that we did take up on the show have benefited you. We've got lots lined up over the course of the day. Do stay tuned. This is NDTV Profit.
We set you up for the day's trade. 30 calls before the markets open on NDTV Profit.
Jubilant Food above a 600 level on Friday.
Wipro can be first trade to buy
all commodities, but in that Vedanta looks good.
Our experts give you the top stock ideas to prepare you for the day.
ICICI Lombard stocks hit the first target. It has given a very good momentum with good volume.
Don't miss the chance to make the right moves. Only on NDTV Profit, where winners are made before the bell rings.
When the whole day passes like a blur, the news just whizzes past, and you're trying to stay informed. It is our job to bring you news that truly matters. At Profit 360, we cut through the clutter, the Wall Street deals, finance and policy news that could shape your tomorrow. The newsmakers, the trendsetters, and the innovators. In 30 minutes, we've got you covered. So stay ahead, stay informed, and stay profitable with Profit 360.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
When the whole day passes like a blur, the news just whizzes past, and you're trying to stay informed. It is our job to bring you news that truly matters. At Profit 360, we cut through the clutter, the Wall Street deals, finance and policy news that could shape your tomorrow. The newsmakers, the trendsetters, and the innovators. In 30 minutes, we've got you covered. So stay ahead, stay informed, and stay profitable with Profit 360.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
When the whole day passes like a blur, the news just whizzes past, and you're trying to stay informed. It is our job to bring you news that truly matters. At Profit 360, we cut through the clutter, the Wall Street deals, finance and policy news that could shape your tomorrow. The newsmakers, the trendsetters, and the innovators. In 30 minutes, we've got you covered. So stay ahead, stay informed, and stay profitable with Profit 360.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit. We set you up for the day's trade. 30 calls before the markets open.
Hello and welcome. You're tuned into this brand new show called KYC, stands for Know Your Company. And in this fast-paced world of stock markets, investors are bombarded with information daily, but what they often lack is a deep and comprehensive understanding of companies. Now, what KYC does is it gives a regular investors powerful insights, actionable insights into the fundamentals of single listed NSE companies. One company a day, and that's what we try to bring to you. Now, let's start off with today's company. Today's company is KPI Green. Now, in terms of what the company does, it's, as the name suggests, part of KP Group, and it's the green energy arm of KP Group. It develops solar, wind, and hybrid renewable power facilities. Largely, it does captive solar power as well as IPP. In fact, it does independent power produce. It works as an independent power producer for renewable energy as well as provides services to captive power producers under the Solarism brand. So does a little bit of both. In terms of order book, it's got around 2.5 gigawatt orders in hand largely. And what you'll see is 52% of the order book is under the IPP segment. The balance is CPP, IPP being independent power producer and CPP being captive power producers. Now, currently, 53% of the order book consists of solar orders. Balance are mostly hybrid. And when you're looking at the current outstanding EPC order book, it's roughly 2,500 to 3,000 crore worth of book. That's how it's adding up. Now, there's one order in particular and that we want to talk about. It's the Coal India order that we're going to talk about. It's received around 1,311 crore of order to set up a 300 megawatt ground mounted solar PV plant. Now, the plant is to be located in GIPCL Solar Park in Khavda in Gujarat, and the order includes operation and maintenance services for a period of 5 years. There you go. That's also the O&M part of the contract. What's the FY25 guidance like? What's the management expecting going forward? They're expecting a 60 to 70% top line growth for FY25. They're expecting to maintain a net profit margin of roughly 16 to 18%. And they're expecting the IPP, which is the independent power producer segment, to account for around 33% of future revenues. Profit margins could improve if the mix of IPP projects actually goes up or increases. That's how it's playing out. But I'm going to bring in Mihika very, very quickly. And while we are at it, I want to also quickly highlight some factors that we look at, which are some standard factors which we've ironed out, which we look at in every show of KYC. These are the factors. We check the income statement, how healthy the growth is. We look at the balance sheet, whether the balance sheet is tuned well in terms of capex structure. We'll also look at return ratios, how the return ratios are lining up, the cash flows, whether they are on an increasing trend or not, and if not, why so, the shareholding pattern. Thereafter, we look at the street cred, which is what's the kind of stock performance that we've seen all the way up till now. Dividends is something that we generally focus on, but this time around, for this one, given the kind of growth trajectory, we'll look at the valuation picture and we'll also look at street coverage. Now, let me quickly take it across to Mihika to start off on the income statement. Thanks, Mihika, for joining us. Break this down for us. How has revenue profit grown for this company?
It's been significant in H125 itself and in FY24 itself. You know, if you see the 3-year CAGR now, in FY24 revenue stood at around 1,000 crores, and that's an 111% compounded annual growth rate over the past 3 years. Same thing with EBITDA, 417 crores in FY24, a 96% 3-year CAGR, and net profit at 161 crores, which is a 93% CAGR. Even if you see the H1 FY25 results, it's been a strong set of numbers. So it's a thumbs up on this parameter. In terms of the balance sheet, well, Harsh, how does the balance sheet looking like?
Yeah, interesting one, right, Mihika? You've seen an equity raise, which has obviously aided the numbers on the equity side of things. And